Most Venerable Bhikkhuni Ru Rei, China. Born in 1957 in Taiyuan, Shaanxi Province, China, she had the good fortune to meet Elder Master Tong Yuan in her youth. Deeply moved by his compassion and great vows, she resolved to follow him and dedicate her life to the service of Buddhism. She became a novice in 1981 and a full bhikkhuni in 1984. After the passing away of her teacher in 1991, she faithfully adhered to his teachings and took on the mission of rebuilding Pu Shao Monastery on Wu Tai Mountain. Most Venerable Bhikkhuni Ru Rei leads by example and strictly follows the precepts. She consistently practices with the principles of offering to the triple gems with sincerity, serving all beings with compassion, and maintaining humility and self-discipline, and emulating the actions of the Buddha. She actively advocates and implements the spirit of faith, enthusiasm, responsibility, endurance, and perseverance, setting an example, an excellent example for the new generation of monastics. She notes that the precepts are like the earth. They are not all things, but give rise to all things. Precepts are not meant to bind people, but to help them eliminate negative habits and tendencies, leading to true freedom and happiness. Most Venerable Bhikkhuni Ru Rei created the 3+1 monastic education concept and established the Wu Tai Mountain Buddhist Institute for Nuns. The 3 refers to Pu Shao Monastery, the cultivation base, Da Sheng Monastery, an educational facility, and the Bodhi Love Association, a charitable organization, and 1 refers to Qin Tai Yuan, a charity project managed by the association. She created a plan for monastic education that involved collaboration between the monastery and secular universities in order to train nuns to meet the demands of modern society. She created a process for practice, education, and charity. Most Venerable created World Wisdom Day, the 4th day of the 4th lunar month, which is Manjushri Bodhisattva's birthday, to reflect auspiciousness and harmony for humanity. Wu Tai Mountain is Manjushri's sacred site of transformation. Most Venerable Bhikkhuni Ru Rei holds an honorary doctorate in Buddhism from Mahachulalongkorn University, 2017, and in the same year was awarded the Chinese Cultural Figure Award by the China Cultural Promotion Association and Phoenix TV. Currently, she serves as the Vice President of the Buddhist Association of China, Vice President of the Shaanxi Buddhist Association, and Dean of the Wu Tai Mountain Buddhist Institute for Nuns. Dhamma Upasika Shalini Vajrachita, India. Dhamma Upasika Shalini Vajrachita was born in Jalgaon district of Maharashtra and inherited her family's commitment to Buddhist activism. Both her father and grandfather were associated with Dr. Ambedkar's movement, and her mother, Nirmala, was an activist of the Buddhist Society of India. Since her childhood, she helped needy neighbors and other females. After accepting a teacher's job in Mumbai, Shalini got married. Then she resolved some family disputes in an amicable manner. When her son entered high school, she had more free time and began social activities. Being an educated woman, she attended and addressed a number of meetings regarding the rights of women, as Indian womenfolk are still engulfed in traditional male-dominated customs and rituals. Dhamma Upasika Shalini Vajrachita began to prepare women for financial independence by making them aware of their share in the government budget. She organized many budget conferences for women and taught them the concept of gender budget. She also lobbied for adequate funding for health and education in government departments. Shalini initiated the idea of celebrations for the birth anniversary of Dr. Ambedkar, who wrote India's modern constitution and led a Buddhist revival movement in India. She and other colleagues visited more than 500 localities spread throughout Mumbai city and suburban areas and asked followers to celebrate in an ideal manner. On his death anniversary, millions of followers visit Dadar Chatyabhumi, where his last rites were performed, and she accepted the challenge of managing the floating mob of millions of people. She initiated a peaceful Chatyabhumi campaign and organized hundreds of women to wear white clothes and carry banners stating the importance of peace and humbleness. From this beginning, going forward 9 years, there is now a park adjacent to the shrine area. She is a regular Vipassana meditator and decided to go forth as a seminary. Thus she traveled 1,500 kilometers for the opportunity and ordained in Punjab, the northwest state of India near Pakistan. As she experienced immense spiritual growth, she again became a seminary in Pondicherry, 1,300 kilometers away in the south of India. She got her head shaved, wore robes, and went on alms rounds. Dhamma Upasika Shalini Vajrachita obtained a BA in Pali, and by 2026 will have completed her MA in Pali studies. This has enhanced her teaching of a message of peace and harmony. Venerable Sering Palmo, India. Sering Palmo is 59 years old. In 1993, she graduated from the Tibetan Medicine and Astro Institute in Dharamshala. She subsequently interned with the late Dr. Kuga in New Delhi at the Nizamuddin Tibetan Medicine and Astro Clinic, and also in Kathmandu, Nepal, under Dr. Sering Chogi. In 1991, she became a nun at Dharamshala and received ordination in 1993 at Dekchen Choling Sung Lang Kang from His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama. In 1994, she returned to Ladakh and worked in a clinic for 2 years. In 1996, she established the Ladakh Nuns Association, LNA, with the vision of Ladakhi nuns benefiting their communities as Dhamma teachers, active social workers, and as Amchis, traditional Tibetan doctors. The creation of the LNA has generated a wide range of interest from nuns and raised awareness of the situation of nuns among the people of Ladakh as well as abroad. Since 1996, Dr. Palmo has organized teachings and training courses specifically for nuns and lay women. The LNA also sponsors nuns to study in Buddhist institutions throughout India. These activities and more have led to an increase in the membership of Ladakhi nuns, and at present there are about 1,000 nuns and 10 functioning nunneries. However, many nuns still have no choice but to live with their families. Therefore, the LNA is working to build new nunneries throughout Ladakh. Venerable Bhikkhuni Nig-E Jo, Indonesia. Most Venerable Bhikkhuni Nig-A Jo was born in Medan, Indonesia in 1960. She earned her degree in health sciences. Later she ordained as a seminary and then as a bhikkhuni. She has built 3 temples, Padmamun Temple and Bao En Temple, both in Palembang, and Prajna Dayana Temple in Jakarta. Currently, she is the abbess of Prajna Shanti Temple in Palembang. Most Venerable Bhikkhuni Nig-A Jo represented Palembang and Jakarta as a member of Sangha OWBA, Indonesia's Buddhist Sangha Council. She also contributed nationally beyond her duties of daily temple life by accepting responsibility for the main altar decorations during Wesak Day at Mendut Temple and at Borobudur Temple for a decade. She represented Indonesia overseas by participating in the UN Wesak Conference in Vietnam and in Thailand. Most Venerable Bhikkhuni Nig-A Jo provided disaster relief services to persons impacted by the Banda Aceh tsunami, the Yogyakarta earthquake, and the Padang earthquake. She also organized free medical services in Prajna Dayana Temple and in East Nusa Tenggara. Each year she organizes basic necessities distribution to those experiencing poverty, those in nursing homes, and orphans in children's homes. She offered 8-fold path training in 2023 at Prajna Dayana Temple in Jakarta and short-term training at Kuan Yin Temple in Jakarta in 2014 and again in 2023. Most Venerable Bhikkhuni Nig-A Jo has focus, accepts responsibility, and offers charity to others. She walks the Bodhisattva path. Bhikkhuni Nyana Pundarika, Indonesia. Bhikkhuni Nyana Pundarika was born Nai Made Amita Rini in West Lombok City in 1965. She graduated from high school and continued onwards to graduate from Shme Ratunga Ampel Buddhist College in Central Java. Upon graduation, she entered Shakyawanaram Paset Sinjur Monastery in West Java, where she became a novice and then a bhikkhuni in 1989. As time passed, she received the Sangha assignment to guide and mentor Buddhist youth in various regions of Indonesia. She became the mentor of Indonesian Buddhist mothers in these regions. Also, she was appointed as the head of the Bhikkhuni Sangha from 2008 to 2017, and most recently as chairperson of the Women's Sangha of the Greater Indonesian Sangha. Nowadays, Bhikkhuni Jnana Pundarika Mahateri travels throughout Indonesia offering Dhamma talks while maintaining residence at Vihara Suttadhamma in North Lombok, which is the legacy of her parents' efforts. In 1995, she was chairwoman of the Sakyadhita Committee in Yogyakarta. In 2018, she carried out earthquake relief efforts after earthquakes struck in both July and August in Lombok, which severely damaged 4 rural Buddhist temples. She provided guidance and support for children, teenagers, and young adults throughout this time. Bhikkhuni Jnana Pundarika Mahateri excels in leadership, development of Indonesia's future by outreach to youth and mothers, compassion to those in need, and wisdom in interfaith relations. Bhikkhuni Dr. Tita Charini, Indonesia. Bhikkhuni Dr. Tita Charini studied in Indonesia and Sri Lanka and earned a bachelor's degree in Buddhist education, a master's and PhD in Buddhist studies in Sri Lanka, and then returned to Indonesia to earn her second master's degree, this one in Masters of Education in Guidance and Counseling. She holds a silver medal for Best Performance for Buddhist Studies and a gold medal for Best Performance for Buddhist Studies, both granted by the University of Kelaniya, Sri Lanka. She also holds diplomas in English, Pali, and public speaking. She ordained as a seminary at Weluwana Temple, Indonesia, and as a bhikkhuni in Sri Lanka. With all her wonderful knowledge well integrated, she serves as a lecturer at Smartratungga Buddhist College in Indonesia, as well as a guest lecturer at Gajah Mada University and Jinarakita Buddhist College. She is also the head of scientific publications at Smartratungga Buddhist College, finance manager of Buddhayana Foundation, head of the Dhamma in Action Group, and in the past has served as a member of the Research and Development Division of Sangha Agung Indonesia. She is also co-organizer of the Asian Buddhism Connection International Conference in Jakarta. In addition, the Venerable was a speaker at the UN Wesak Day in 2019, at Satya Vachana Christian University online during the COVID pandemic, a co-mentor of Dhamma Guardian Youth Training Program to produce superior Dhammadutas, appeared at the launch and book review of The Young Take Care of the Nation, guides monthly meditation at Mahabodhi Buddhist Center, and delivered a meditation program in Sydney, Australia entitled Mindful Reset. Venerable Bhikkhuni Dr. Tita Charini is widely published internationally, and her works include topics of Buddhist higher learning, coaching as a strategy, mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, Theravada Bhikkhunis and the Indonesian Sangha, how Vipassana meditation deals with psychological problems, and Buddhayana in Indonesia. Dr. S. Hartati Merdaya, Indonesia. Peace and prosperity resound in the heart of Dr. S. Hartati Merdaya. From interfaith peace initiatives to national economic development matters to disaster management, she has walked the halls of Indonesian government, palaces, and military headquarters. Dr. S. Hartati Merdaya trained in the Faculty of Economics at the University of Trisakti in Jakarta and at both Stanford and National University of Singapore's executive programs for graduate students. From 1998 until today, she has stood as a bridge of peace and understanding for the Buddhist community to the halls of power as chairperson of OWBA. And in 1999, she helped found Tzu Chi Buddhist Compassion Relief Foundation's chapter in Indonesia, where she currently serves the foundation on its honorary board. In 1994, she established the organization Indonesian Buddhist Intellectual Family, and she also established the Paramita Social Awareness Foundation. She was a member of the People's Consultative Assembly, a member of the Presidential Advisory Council, and a member of the National Economic Committee of Indonesia. For 24 years, beginning in 1999, she has coordinated as the chairperson of Wesak Day activities at Borobudur Temple, which have included meditation, chanting, historical and art celebrations, even the trail of King Ashok's civilization. She is perhaps most beloved by the Indonesian community for her logistical talents in mobilizing the Navy, Air Force, and Army, along with volunteers of OWBA in emergency response, disaster management, and relief efforts in establishing food kitchens, medical field units, and humanitarian post-disaster economic follow-up after the deportation of Indonesian workers from Malaysia in 2002, the 2002 Jakarta floods, the 2004 tsunami which struck Aceh, the 2006 Pangandaran tsunami, the 2009 Padang earthquake, the 2010 Mount Merapi volcanic eruption, and the 2018 earthquake in Lombok. She has coordinated medical services for thousands of Indonesians, bringing loving kindness into action regardless of religious, ethnic, or cultural background. Dr. S. Hartati Merdaya also served at the national level in creating a strategic plan to build a hospital in Myanmar, an international humanitarian effort. Lucy Salim, Indonesia. Lucy Salim was born in Medan, Indonesia in 1951. She graduated from design school and became an entrepreneur, housewife, and Buddhist social organization activist. Currently, she is the head of the Indonesian Women's Buddhist Fellowship 2018 to 2028. She has served as the chairperson or deputy chairperson of several international gatherings, including the Asian Buddhism Connection International Conference and the Sakidita Conference, respectively. She has represented and served the Buddhist community at numerous national events, as well as those overseas. When COVID-19 struck, she collaborated with healthcare centers and medical doctors in Jakarta, thereby providing vaccines several times for hundreds of persons each time in West Jakarta. Creatively, Lucy Salim organized national online training of Buddhist trainers in premarital counseling. There were more than 300 participants for each session of training. In central Jakarta in 2021 and 2024, Lucy Salim collaborated with the Indonesian National Family Planning Agency and Health Center to feed malnourished children. This provided millions of rupees so that children could receive 3 months of eggs and milk and other nutrients. In 2021, she traveled to Malawi in Southeast Africa and provided funds, social work, and health services to orphan children. With the leadership of Lucy Salim, the Indonesian Buddhist Women's Fellowship in 2024 was awarded for preserving traditional clothing of Indonesian women, as well as for the premarital counseling program and the nutritional supplementation program for malnourished children. Motoko Tabata, Japan. Motoko Tabata is a kind and gentle woman. She has known the suffering of being without and the responsibility of having. Her depth of Buddhist practice has kept her steady between cultures and nations. Her compassion is palpable. From her youth, working since the age of 13 to provide for her family, the good luck of following one's passion, in this case singing, yielded a breakthrough in the music industry. Motoko worked diligently, performing throughout Southeast Asia, and Toshiba Records released her albums. She even had her own daily broadcasting television station. However, she simply wanted to settle down and be an ordinary woman. So she accepted the marriage proposal of Mr. Tabata, whom she had known for many years, and they formed a happy little family. After marriage, she let go of her entertainment career and focused on her husband's business and raising their son and daughter together. She participated in charitable activities of providing blankets and rice in the winter and fans in the summer to orphans. Then, one day, she saw a photograph which awakened her heart to profound suffering. The photo of The Vulture and the Little Girl, taken by Kevin Carter. She revisited in her mind her past experiences of suffering in her childhood, and she took a stand to devote her life to benefiting humanity. She began a 12-year journey of accompanying street homeless individuals. She helped them find jobs and rediscover meaning in their lives. She established the International Culture and Education Charity Foundation to benefit people, support the disadvantaged, for example, effective medical services in impoverished countries, and create the future by enhancing connections with organizations in order to develop international interactive cooperative ongoing charitable activities, even including art exhibitions and religious and cultural exchanges. Motoko Tabata shares Japanese Buddhism and the tradition of the 33 Kannon to Chinese communities and hopes that the Japanese 7 lucky gods bestow great merit and blessings unto society. Her devotion to Buddhism, having visited 150 sacred sites, particularly Mount Goya in Japan, where she has practiced extensively, have earned her certification as a teacher and abbot. Motoko Tabata is committed to promoting vegetarianism globally and envisions a Vegetarian Earth Village initiative to raise awareness of healthy eating, protecting the environment, and sustainable global development goals. She writes, "I hope to cultivate into a compassionate lotus flower in front of the Buddha as soon as possible." Bhikshuni Sik Chi Yuan, Malaysia. Most Venerable Bhikshuni Sik Chi Yuan is the abbess of Fa Lin Juan Yuan, Johor Bahru, and the abbess of Nan Fang Jing Yuan Moor temples. She has been ordained for 44 years. The Most Venerable is frequently invited to serve at various programs, including Buddhist youth training camps, Dharma Friends life camps, motivational courses, children's camps, Buddhist women's seminars, and is often invited to plan and help organize Dharma propagation activities by Buddhist groups and temples throughout Malaysia. She has empowered Buddhist writers and leaders and encouraged the creation of more Buddhist publications and online content, and promoted leadership roles for women in Buddhist communities. A prominent leader in the Malaysian Buddhist community, she has held various posts in the Malaysian Buddhist Association and is the religious advisor of the Young Buddhist Association of Malaysia. She served as the first chairperson of the Pumen Poor Children's Charity Fund and is a permanent member of the Malaysian Lifeline Association. For her decades of service to the Malaysian Buddhist community, she was awarded the Sumangalo Award in 2001 by OWBA, the Best Buddhist Service Spirit Award in 2018 by MBA, and the Outstanding Women in Buddhism Award in 2025. Venerable Annie Choying Droma, Nepal. Venerable Annie Choying Droma is a Nepalese Buddhist nun renowned for her numerous humanitarian efforts, including the education of young girls, care of older people, and providing medical services for the underprivileged and dispossessed. Her efforts have been constantly praised and emulated, and her autobiography, Singing for Freedom, has been published in 14 languages and listed as an international bestseller. To support her many charitable activities, Annie performs worldwide singing traditional and modernized Buddhist chants, as well as Nepali and Tibetan songs. She has performed to countless fans and has numerous albums. Annie believes if given equal opportunities, nuns have the potential to make the world a better place. One of her great and early accomplishments was the creation of the Arya Tara School, which opened in 2000. The school aims to equip nuns with the abilities and skills necessary to professionally serve their communities in a humanitarian capacity. In 2006, Annie built drinking water facilities for 250 houses in the village of Arya Tara School. In 2010, she started Arogya Foundation to provide high-quality yet low-cost dialysis services and improved medical facilities in Nepal. In 2013, she shed light and love upon single mothers and established the Arya Tara Preschool to care for children of single mothers during working hours. In 2016, so many children in Nepal were impacted by the earthquake and schools were damaged. Venerable Annie Choying Droma then started the Stars of Hope scholarship program for children who are earthquake victims, orphans, or experiencing extreme poverty. She rebuilt the Gotanderi Primary School in Tipling, Dading, and helped rebuild the Sri Ta Revere Primary School in Gokarneshwar Municipality. She even helped financially in the construction of a suspension bridge in Barua Sunchor. In 2019, she started a financial support program for treating severe burn patients, and in 2021 established a daycare for the elderly along with the local government of Kritipur. In 2023, she donated significantly to the construction of a children's hospital. Annie Choying Droma, since 2014, has been appointed as the first UNICEF National Goodwill Ambassador for Nepal for 2 terms. Lakshmi Rai Tamang, Nepal. Lakshmi Rai, most commonly known as Shruti Rai, is a professional healer and social worker who was born in 1989 to a humble family of mixed ethnicity in rural Nepal. After her father and eldest brother passed away in 2021, Shruti took responsibility for several members of her family, her mother, 2 younger brothers, and 1 younger sister, as an independent and exemplary woman in charge. But her potential is not only as someone who cares for the family when the time calls, but also as a woman who embraces leadership, responsibility, and compassion to heal the sorrows of fellow beings. Even though she is currently pursuing a bachelor's degree in social work, it is not her academic studies or certification of any kind that is inspiring, but her integration of traditional knowledge and skills and how she puts it into benefit for others. She has a natural gift in healing, which she was able to refine from her grandmother, who taught her indigenous healing skills of the Kirat community through direct transmission, oral transmission, and miraculous healing displays. When she was in her mid-20s, her family and society pressured her to pursue regular jobs, but she valued her family and cultural heritage so immensely that against all odds, she started professionally giving healing to others, gradually expanding her work to reach more and more people, including hundreds of foreigners. Through her healing center called Charu Maitri Healing Center, she was able to establish her career as a professional healer. From the very beginning, she has not only provided healing to others in exchange for money, but she has also provided free healing to poor and sick people in need, even during financially difficult times, when it would have made more sense to focus on compensation-based work. The motivation to help others was ignited in her by her involvement in spiritual practices, particularly Buddhist meditations, from a very early age. After formally learning meditation in 2014, she engaged in everyday contemplation and meditation practices. In 2018, she learned Vipassana from the Goenka Meditation Center. Next, she undertook a Satipatthana retreat and then started studying Abhidhamma. Additionally, she joined Charumati Monastery, a 1,000-year-old Newari Buddhist monastery and community, in 2021, where she has studied Dhamma, provided free healing, arranged for financial donations, and distributed medicines. She is committed to providing completely free service for life for nuns in the Charumati Monastery and several other monasteries. With encouragement from her spiritual mentors, she has arranged regular donations of food, clothes, and money to people who need them across age groups. Venerable Kemawati, Nepal. Venerable Kemawati was born in 1970. She graduated from high school at the age of 16. She ordained and began training with Bhikkhuni Dhammawati Shakya of Dhammakirti Vihar in Kathmandu, Nepal. At the age of 29, her teacher sent her to Thailand to receive her Buddhist academic education. Venerable Kemawati proudly returned to Nepal with a BA and an MA in Buddhism. She earned her MA from the International Buddhist College. Venerable Kemawati speaks 5 languages: Newari, Nepali, Thai, English, and Hindi. She has served as a Dhamma teacher at Dhammakirti Vihar for years, as well as a language teacher, translator, coordinator, and international Buddhist guide in Nepal and Thailand. She has translated texts from Thai into Nepali. Venerable Khemawati has traveled the world propagating Buddhism in Thailand, Myanmar, Japan, China, India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Switzerland, Germany, Italy, Austria, and now Indonesia. Venerable Khemawati is very patient and has rested deeply in the Dhamma for nearly 4 decades. She is currently the Vice Abbess of Dhammakirti Vihan in Kathmandu, Nepal, and cares for the Abbess Bhikkhuni Dhammawati Shakya, who is now in her 90s. Most Venerable Bhikshuni Tsuyen, Taiwan. Most Venerable Bhikshuni Tsuyen, having ordained and practiced in a Bhikkhuni Sangha, deeply values lifelong education that comes from communal living and learning. She recognizes that contemporary monastics need effective organizational systems for stability. She recognized the profound impact of Bhikshuni education on monastic development. This led her to teach at Luminary Buddhist Institute for over 30 years. She has taught calligraphy, library and information usage, research methods, book review writing, special topics writing, sutra and commentary reading, Indian Buddhist history, introduction to Buddhism and Buddhist studies, Lotus Sutra, as well as the Shurangama Sutra. She empowers student bhikkhunis through Dhamma teachings and practices. Through her guidance, they develop right views, compassionate aspirations, and active commitment. This empowers them with inner strength for dedicated practice. Most Venerable Bhikshuni Tsuyen manages the library of the Luminary International Buddhist Society. She earned her master's degree in Educational Media and Library Sciences. Her mentor, Venerable Master Bhikshuni Wu Yin, reminded her, All our work benefits the entire Buddhist community. She modernized the Taiwanese library system for Buddhist texts as well as contributed to the categorical modernization of mainland China's collection. For nearly 4 decades, she has overseen major transitions in library sciences. These transitions included shifting from paper to digital formats, moving from physical to virtual collections, and upgrading from manual to AI-powered services. For these efforts, she was awarded the Taiwan Ministry of Education's Award, the Library Service Contribution Award, and the Republic of China's Library Association Award, 30 Years Senior Library Service Award. Most Venerable Bhikshuni Tzu-Yen over the past decade has focused on integrating mindfulness with education. She emphasizes life education and creates friendly campus environments. This has become her platform for serving others. Guided by her aspirations of personal cultivation through benefiting others, Most Venerable Bhikshuni Tzu-Yen walks the Bodhisattva path. Liu Ruyu, Taiwan. Liu Ruyu's career in the performing arts began in the 1980s in the milieu of avant-garde theater with the Lanling Theater Workshop, where she was a principal actor. Her dreams took her to the USA in 1983, where she pursued a master's degree in theater arts at New York University. Her exceptionalism earned her the opportunity to be part of a year-long workshop with a Polish theater director in the U.S., Jerzy Grotowski, who believed drama provided a framework for self-exploration. Liu Ruyu returned to Taiwan and gave a breath of new life to Taiwanese drama. She created, founded, formed a new theatrical troupe, the U Theater, in 1988. At first, they performed popular ritual ceremonies and folk performing arts with masks. Then she integrated her personal transformation in the U.S. about self-exploration with her troupe and introduced the process of awakening of the self to her actors via Tai Chi and physical training. In 1993, she invited Malaysian musician and drummer Huang Chi Chun to join the troupe and brought together drumming, meditation, and martial arts with drama. In 1997, The Sound of Ocean featured at the Avignon Festival, France's annual arts festival, and local media named it the best program. She brought it on tour for more than 100 performances worldwide. In 2002, Meeting with Vajrasattva earned first prize at the Taiwan New Arts Awards. In 2003, she graced Taiwan with The Dandelion Sword. Shaolin Martial Arts is her newest production in collaboration with the Shaolin Temple Wushu Training Center. Liu Ruyu provides for the troupe members to be away from the hustle and bustle of Taipei to concentrate on their meditation and thus reside in nature in a half-outdoor theater on a hill nearby Taipei. Her performances have been staged in traditional theaters, outdoor open spaces, and even in the middle of rice paddies. She embodies the spirit of Tao in herself and has embraced her troupe's constant search for inner peace and conveyance to the audience through performances. In 2009, she brought drumming to the Chuang Ha prison and established a prison drumming group. In 2011, her book entitled Liu Ruyu's 36 Acting Lessons was published, and she won the 36th Golden Tripod Award of Taiwan. In 2015, she was awarded the Order of Brilliant Star with Grand Cordon. In 2016, her book Hugs was published. Since the beginning of 2020, she has led her theatrical troupe to compose large-scale productions of a key part of the threefold Lotus Sutra, the Sutra of Infinite Meanings, which is foundational to the Tzu Chi school of Buddhism, the Jingxi Dhamma lineage. She also composed music, and Huang Ji-kun arranged and co-created soundtracks of the 6 auspicious signs of the lotus, herbs as hand notes, cloth beads as hand notes, beautiful hair beads as hand notes, Suchi asteroid, and others. She also extrapolated from the sutras 3 chapters to create chants about virtues, expounding the Dhamma, and 10 merits. Bhikkhuni Apaya, Thailand. Venerable Bhikkhuni Apaya Magapanya Vijitra Sutirat was born in Chumpon province to Sombun Sintuk, her mother, and Bunsang Sutirat, her father. As a child, she overcame great health obstacles and developed deep compassion for herself and others. She holds a bachelor's degree in business management with emphasis in financial banking from Ramkhamhaeng University, Bangkok. She received seminary ordination and then later Bhikkhuni ordination at the International Women's Meditation Center in Rayong in 2009. She then co-founded a meditation center in Sakon Nakhon, Silanantawan, Aram. She also co-founded the Buddha Dhamma Satri Foundation, where she serves as vice president. She holds the rank of Kamawacha for higher ordination ceremonies, and she also created a Bhikkhuni Patimokkha handbook. She is known for her inner strength and endurance. She founded the San Bhumi Meditation Center in Udon Thani Province, Thailand, where she is the abbess. Every day she teaches Dhamma at her temple by reading from the Buddhist canon, the Tipitaka, and it is broadcast by large loudspeakers throughout the village. Bhikkhuni Apaya, whose name means fearlessness, teaches lay women how to do seated and walking meditation according to the teachings of the Buddha, so that wisdom may develop to see what is true in order to be released from suffering and experience Nibbana. Venerable Bhikkhuni Dhammakamala, Thailand. Bhikkhuni Dhammakamala is the chief bhikkhuni at Tipaya Satan, Dhamma Bhikkhuni Aram, in Songkhla Province, southern Thailand. She is currently pursuing a PhD in Buddhist peace studies. Venerable Bhikkhuni Dhammakamala received her full ordination in Sri Lanka in 2014. Her extensive responsibilities include teaching and training members at her center, ordaining novices, caring for the sick and elderly, conducting meditation practices, coordinating relief work, educating students, supporting orphanages, and providing shelter for abandoned animals. Bhikkhuni Dhammakamala is deeply committed to peace and reconciliation efforts in Thailand's 3 southernmost provinces and is an active member of the Sangha for Peace project. She is also a member of the Executive Committee of the International Network of Engaged Buddhists. Bhikkhuni Namo, Thailand. Bhikkhuni Namo was born in Chiang Mai, Thailand. She is currently 64 years old. She was married and bore 2 children, a daughter and a son. After her children graduated from university, she went forth as a seminary at the age of 46. At the age of 50, she received Bhikkhuni ordination. And she ordained because she had a question in her heart. Why in Thailand is there the father figure of a bhikkhu in society, but there is no mother figure of a bhikkhuni? Therefore, she decided to embody and bring forth the mother archetype in Buddhism as a bhikkhuni for Thai society. Bhikkhuni Namo has studied the Abhidhamma for 15 years and completed at the highest level in 2019. Now she is studying for her MA degree in Buddhism at Chulalongkorn University in Chiang Mai. She is also studying Pali at the same time. Bhikkhuni Namo studies Dhamma, meditates, and also has traveled repeatedly as a tudong, journeying alms mendicant, along with the Bhikkhu Sangha. She has lived and practiced with the Bhikkhu Sangha of Sopana Temple in Chiang Mai for 15 years and is the only bhikkhuni. She often offers enjoyable Dhamma talks to the villagers. Bhikkhuni Namo is so happy that her children are successful in life and that she can bring forth the Bhikkhuni Sangha in Thailand. Bhikkhuni Namo is a positive force, a pioneer in Thailand. Mechi Sitanan Pentong, Thailand. Mechi Sitanan Pentong established the Mechi Sitanan Meditation Center, where she offers mental health support and spiritual guidance to those in need. She has guided individuals with terminal illnesses and helped them to find peace and acceptance through meditation. She provides counseling to families and individuals who face mental health challenges, including depression and suicidal ideation. Mechi Sitanan also assists women who have experienced trauma. Her kindness and compassion also manifest in supporting training programs for Thai Mechis by providing robes, blankets, and clothing in the winter. She has organized food donations at religious and community events. To local schools, she has donated large Buddha statues, sound systems, and scholarships. Mechi Sitanan has provided the homeless with shelter and resources. In remote rural areas, she has sponsored the education of orphan children and underprivileged students. She even rescued 80 cattle and offered them to be at a sustainable agriculture project for students. Mechi Sitanan has provided support to terminal AIDS patients and equipment during the COVID-19 pandemic, She has provided essential items to those impacted by floods. Mechi Sitanan Tong's dedication to Buddhism and her social contributions have greatly benefited individuals and communities. She is a valuable asset to both the spiritual and social spheres. Mechi Anotai, Wei Xiangsang, Thailand. Mechi Anotai was born in 1962. At the age of 42, she ordained as a Mechi on 16 June 2004 in Samut Prakan province at Ashokaram Temple, and she lives at the same temple nowadays. She taught as a trainer to trainers about how to do public speaking at the Thai Mechi Institute. She earned her bachelor's degree in Pali and Sanskrit from Mahamogut Buddhist University. She earned her master's degree in Buddhism at Mahamogut Buddhist University as well. She is currently making further studies in Buddhism with aspirations of a higher degree. Most amazing is the graciousness with which she politely found a spiritual family beyond her married family, and gave her loving kindness onwards to society each day as a nun. Forgiving, healing, laughing, sharing, smiling, giving warmth and hospitality are all qualities that are manifest in Venerable Mechi Anotai for years as a nun. She believes so deeply in Buddhism and the Buddha way of life that her being exemplifies the fruit of the path. She teaches children Dhamma at schools, organizes community activities, guides and watches over baby nuns, and maintains her practice at Ashokaram Temple. Mechi Anotai healed her own heart and heals the hearts of others each day. Her depth of practice is radiant. Usa Lurdshri Suntad, Thailand. Usa Lurdshri Suntad was born in Bangkok into a middle-class family, and her ancestors came from China. She is a third-generation Thai. She is the only daughter among 4 siblings, and in her childhood she was quiet and obedient. She is what she is today because of the influence of her parents. They ran a small shop selling mechanic equipment, electronics, and paint. Her parents welcomed and treated customers the same, no matter their careers or how many products they bought. This is how she learned to believe in equality. In school, she learned to pray and be a good Buddhist. Prayer has given her inner peace, although it is hard to understand the ancient language, she notes. She studied economics at Thammasat University. This was one of the first turning points in her life as her world of social activism began. She studied not for prosperity in life, but rather to love people more deeply and contribute to society. Along with a friend, they attended different activities which widened their perspective on social problems. She went to rural communities where they contributed their labor, and together they built a pavilion and reconstructed a school for the village. Anyhow, she felt that what she gained was much more than what she contributed. Later, she became a member of a women's group at university that focused her awareness on women's issues. Upon graduation, she hoped to work for a social organization, but did not succeed. So she worked for a financial company for 1 year, and then she had the second turning point in her life. In July 1989, she joined the Foundation for Women, which she had previously met at university. Her wish to work for society came true, and she began to learn more about women's issues. She worked on many projects and served as the Foundation's director. The first project she worked for was the Home for Battered Women, where she learned about domestic violence. Later, she worked for the Campaign Against Trafficking in Women and Children. She worked with Thai women who were trafficked, rescued, and returned after they were sexually and labor exploited in other countries. There were always new issues to learn. She worked on other projects including protecting foreign, migrant women and children, assisting women in tsunami-affected areas in the south, and she worked with Muslim women and children in the deep southern provinces. Apart from learning to provide direct assistance, she provided psychosocial support to the affected women and empowered them to regain their dignity. The Foundation for Women gave her an opportunity to learn even more about conflict resolution and peace building, whereby she applied Buddhist teachings in work and life. Right now, she is the executive director of the Association for the Promotion of the Status of Women, which runs an emergency home for women and children. This is a new chapter of her life. She advocates for increasing resources from the government to support these vulnerable women. At the same time, she reaches out to various sectors of society in order for them to be understood and supported, as this is crucial for these women and for the whole society. Rekha Paul, United Kingdom. Rekha Paul is an accomplished leader and community advocate. She has dedicated her life to the service of social and religious causes in the United Kingdom and India. Born in Punjab, India, she immigrated to the UK 30 years ago, where she has since played a vital role in strengthening the presence and impact of the Dr. Ambedkar Memorial Committee of Great Britain. Her journey from being a volunteer to becoming the first female president of this prestigious organization reflects her unwavering commitment and leadership qualities. Rekha Paul has held various leadership roles, including executive member, vice secretary, secretary, vice president, and most notably, president, a position which she has held for 3 consecutive terms. Her historic role as the committee's first female president has brought a new dimension to the organization, inspiring inclusivity and empowering women in leadership within the community. Under Ms. Paul's leadership, the Dr. Ambedkar Memorial Committee has expanded its reach and impact. The organization operates a community hall and a Buddhist temple in the UK and manages Lotus TV, which has broadcast since 2012 to bring Buddhist teachings and community news to a wider audience. Her vision and strategic guidance have been instrumental in fostering Buddhist education in schools and colleges across the UK, offering Dhamma classes, creating a space for regular meditation practice every Wednesday and Sunday, and also celebrating Wesak Day. Through the committee, she has supported the establishment of 2 schools in India, one in Punjab, managed directly by the committee, and another in Karnataka. These schools aim to provide quality education and opportunities for underprivileged children. Rekha Paul is a trailblazer in social, educational, and religious advocacy and continues to inspire and uplift communities across borders. Her achievements resonate deeply with the spirit of international understanding, unity, and compassion.